Here we go. We are live. Hey, everybody,
Hey,
what's up? It is us, the Young Melanated Council. We are here, and typically we go live Tuesday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 6 p.m. Hold on. Wait a minute.
yeah, it's like a weird echo moment. One moment, we're having some technical difficulties. So, what's funny is that this drink I'm drinking is called Liquid Death. It's actually mountain water. There's no alcohol in it, but it looks like a really badass alcohol bottle.
Yes.
at
Yes,
the
it
bottom,
does.
at the bottom says "Murder Your Thirst."
Murder.
The pun.
Yeah,
Mountain water. So literally just
just
water
water. Yeah.
collected from the mountain. Okay.
Yeah, no, but it's kind of cool. Like I went to like this one really like cool eclectic bar, and my friend who doesn't drink, I guess like she asked for like some sort of water, and they gave her Liquid Death, and that was my first time actually seeing it. And and it's kind of cool because oh, thank you, Sample. I'll explain why I have my hair up like this in a moment, but but like it's kind of cool because it makes you not feel like like you're not drinking if you're out in a bar. It's like a really cool badass get like the lighting. Yeah, it's a cool badass bottle. Like it looks like it's something that's like legit. Like okay, this person's sipping something awesome, but it's really just mountain water. But it tastes really good. And it's good for the environment because it's not plastic. That's like their whole big thing. It's down here. It says recycle or die. But yeah, just wanted to share that.
Yes.
And the story about my hair. First of all, thank you. And second of all, my shirt is made of like has glitter on it. And I did not want any glitter getting to my hair. Like I was trying my hardest. So I was like, let me put this up. Okay, this looks pretty cool. I don't think any of my hair is touching my shirt. Hopefully not. So,
You look good. You are, as of right now, you are safe.
yes, as of right now. Hopefully it stays that way.
Yes.
That works.
Yes, and again, I know I got the shades, the hat, and I got the little beads because I know on New Year's Eve won't be even. I won't. Well, we won't be live. So we're like, you know what? We're gonna bring it in style. And so
Yeah.
yes, I got these little funky glasses. I thought it would be cool. So yay! But then again, they are annoying because they hurt my nose. So yes. So we got the hat and the beads, and I got my glasses somewhere else. But anyways, yes, we are doing a New Year resolution stream. It was brought up last week by one of our viewers. I think it was what? Ryan?
Maybe.
Was it Ryan? Maybe. And so they're like, yeah, you guys should do something with like New Year's resolution, like, oh yeah, because we were talking about health. It was towards the tail end.
Yes.
We were talking about health and fitness and all that good stuff. And so, like, you know what? Why not? What the heck? It's a New Year's stream. Why not? Let's do it. And so today's stream is pretty much dedicated to setting New Year resolutions, and then just to throw a curveball into the whole mix, like just kind of just reflect on this past year.
I was just gonna mention. I was just gonna say, like, I think it'd be awesome to like, reflect on this year and also talk about our plans for next year.
Right? I like this. We should have stayed 2012. Yes.
Oh,
I
yeah,
know.
10 years ago.
Yes.
But doesn't it feel like the world has ended in 2012? Because I feel like, I don't know, like shit started to just go downhill slowly. Then it took like a steep slope in 2015. Like it just, like shit was starting to like go down. And then 2015, it just like crashed or crescendo, like crashed, and like we just been crashing ever since.
Yes.
So
And even to add on to L's point is like even after the crash, it's still like we're still crashing. It's like when will this ever stop? Like is there a parachute? No. Why there's a hole in the top of it? So all the wind is just rushing through and breaking whatever fabric is still keeping it together. So this year has been wild in its own right. I can say that much. It's been wild in its own right. And even then, just looking back, had some fun moments. Really, really fun moments, like taking the kids to Six Flags, which was like so awesome. My daughter just asked, "Hey, when's the next time we can go?"
To Six Flags.
Yeah, that one right there. That one right there. And she's like, "Yeah, when can we go back to Six Flags?" I'm like, "You know what, baby? Like, we'll probably go again next year. Once all the weird weather craziness decides to leave, and we get a yeah, we go to the one in just north of Chicago. We go to that one, and the last time we went, we had a blast. Didn't get a chance to ride on all the roller coasters that we wanted to do, but nor did we get a chance to get on the water rides, which was like right next door. But next year, we're going to try to stay at the same hotel we did the last time and hit the water, hit the amusement park on one day, try to get through the water park the other day, and if we have time to go back and do all the other stuff. So at least, we'll have a well-rounded trip. And even then, with the membership passes that they got, we could go back whenever we want to. So
okay.
That's a plus.
Good.
How about for you guys? What's some like highlights of this this current year, I should say, that you want to mention?
Dude, how many days we have left of the year? 3?
3.
That's
3 days, 3 whole days.
That's so crazy. I feel like this year was a super busy year for me. Like, I was actually like thinking back. I was gonna like send out a tweet thread of everything that I like my accomplishments for each month. I have it saved in my drafts. I'll probably send it out like tomorrow or so. So I was just like reflecting over the past year and how just like a lot happened. Like it always seems like it's not much because you're just like kind of living day by day. And then like you actually go back and think it's like, man, like I did a lot of stuff. Like like with the with the vaccines, so you start to feel like a little bit more at ease, a little bit more free. Like my mom at the beginning of the year was living with me, and it was like such a weight off my shoulders when she got the first dose of Moderna. Like she wasn't too thrilled about it, but now like she seems to be more of a vaccine advocate. But just like knowing that she was going to be safe because she was high risk, it was just like, man, now I feel like I could be a little more free. What else? Like I got the vaccine. I started taking like this business class where, like that, sort of propelled me and like helped me understand and learn more about like venture capitalism and just entrepreneurship that I'm still going to try to take to the next level, hopefully in 2022. What else? I was able to travel some, which was great. Like I went to Denver. I was like, I was not, it was scary, but I was like happy to go because of course I've already been vaccinated and everything. I started doing I started training with a personal trainer. Started working out with a personal trainer because I, decided to come to terms with myself that I don't know what I'm doing, and it's like, yeah. And I was kind of going through like a quarter life crisis of sorts because I was turning 30. So I was just like, I am not looking how I want to look. So I need help. I was able to find, my personal trainer just from going out on a walk. And, like he's just been like a blessing ever since. Yes, I did see some of the mountains. It's absolutely gorgeous in Colorado. Absolutely fucking gorgeous. Like, I couldn't get enough. Like, I could not get enough. Unfortunately, I never told this story, but unfortunately in Colorado, my purse got stolen. Like, somebody broke into a rental car and stole my purse. But even that still didn't damper how I felt about Colorado. Like, I would still go back despite that. I was just like, well, I just gotta not have them catch me tripping next time. I'll just bring my purse.
There you go.
Does that catch me slipping? But it sucked. I got all my cards and shit back. Like, the most valuable thing in my purse was a $25 Visa gift card. So whoever stole my purse, I guess bought themselves a pizza. Like, yeah. It's like, all right, well, there you go. Because, like, I immediately canceled all my cards. It's like, you can't do shit now. But, like, that was literally all that was in there. What else? Yeah, I started seeing a personal trainer, and he's been like an absolute like blessing and just like absolutely amazing. Like, it's low-key awesome how people, who haven't seen me in a while or see me quite often, always comment on my, that I'm losing weight, that I'm looking good, I'm looking in shape. Like, it's like it's making me feel good. It's making me, I've been building a lot more like confidence within myself as well. And, just, feeling a little bit better about life. I started seeing a therapist as well, which has been, helping me mentally and, just trying to, I guess I wouldn't say get back to who I was before my mom moved in. Cause like, honestly, my mom moving in did put me into a really big like mental slump. And also the pandemic, of course, because it's like, you can't move. Yeah, woot woot for therapy for sure.
Hey.
Yeah.
Hey.
Oh yeah, woot woot for therapy. So like my therapist has been helping me a lot, and like he's very proud of me, because I've been like taking steps and actually doing what he suggests. Because it's like, what do I have to lose? He was like, oh, make sure you get movement. A good thing you're seeing a personal trainer. Make sure you like socialize and try to like do things. And I'm starting to recognize when I start to like go down into like a slump or start to get like go down to like a bit of a depression. And so I know how to kind of like get myself back out of that. And it's just kind of cool seeing improvements in my my everyday life that I've just been sort of like, I wouldn't say taken for granted, but just like sort of like bypassing, just like not really noticing that this was like depression rearing its ugly head. And like, this is like a mental health episode too, right? Because we're going to talk about New Year's resolution. Yeah, so like when we get to like the New Year's resolution part, I'll definitely dive deeper into that.
Yes.
What else? Yeah, my mom moved out, which was, like great. Like, I don't like. I'm happy that she was able to find the home that she found for sure, because like this market is absolutely batshit, and it's even shittier in South Florida. So like the fact that she was able to find a place is still like, yeah, like it's just absolutely amazing. So I'm happy for her, and I'm happy that her new start in life, and it's also very inspiring too, just to know that like you're never too old to start again, I guess to say. You're never too old to go after what you need, to go after your peace of mind, because that's really what you need in life. It's just peace and peace of mind. So I'm very excited for her next step. And like, I can't deny that it's been nice having my place back to myself and just trying to find myself, again. Like, I got my home painted. I don't know if you guys remember. It used to be like paints, like sample splatches on the wall for like forever. I don't know if it was like a light blue wall. Anyway, so I'm looking forward to that. Thank you, Sample. Thank you so much. That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm really hoping. What else? I got a new car because my car was old. It wasn't like old as hell. It just had a fuck ton of miles. I had over 270,000, almost 261,000.
Whoa.
That's a Honda, so.
Yeah, I was gonna ask what the brand was.
Yeah, then I just got a newer Honda. It's literally like the same base model, same color, just a newer car.
Hey, there you go.
Like when I was because I live in like an HOA or whatever. So when I was like filling out the paperwork to get like the sticker on my car, they were like, "Hey," they called me because they were confused. They're like, "Oh, okay, so you had this color Honda, and now are you getting the same car?" I was like, "No, it's just newer. It's literally the exact same base model, same color, same everything, just newer."
And they're like, what?
It's like, I know. It's like I didn't want I was just like at my wit's end. I got the car from like an auction because we have like a car dealer auction friend, and he was just been looking for me for like months, and I was just like, I need a new car. I don't care anymore. It's like, let me just. It's like, sure, whatever. Let's just get that. I can't anymore. So I'm very happy with my new car. Very happy with like the strides that I've been making. Friendships I've been forging, new and old. Yeah, like I've been coming like closer with one of my friends from college, and it's just like really cool to, especially like when it's been like years later and like you kind of become your own person and you start to like, talk about how we thought of each other in college. Like, she said that, what did she say? I was like skittishly confident, and like how she perceived me was just like, oh wow. I was like, that's cool. That's not, I mean, skittishly confident's kind of accurate, honestly. But like, like how I perceived her was just like, she was like, oh no, I'm introverted. I was like, I did not see you as introverted at all. Like, I felt like everybody knew you, and you're always just like laughing and talking. And she was like, no, I'm introverted. I was like, wow. She said that like that really exhausted her, and she would like go home and just chill out. It's like, oh, it's really surprising. Anyway, yeah, so I've just been like creating new friendships. I met Toby in person, which was awesome.
Yay!
Yes.
And like some other Twitter friends as well, and Mish, who's usually in the comments.
Mish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so I met like some Twitter friends in person, which was really, really awesome, and YouTube friends. And if you like, I highly recommend the opportunity, if you can, to like definitely meet up in person, because it's a lot different. Because like Toby said, he thought I'd be taller, and I wasn't. So I thought 5'7" was plenty tall for a woman, but not for Toby. So
Toby.
Oops.
I was like, don't worry, Toby. I thought you'd be taller too. So
The flag.
I
Clap.
love it. I
Clap.
love it.
yeah,
I love it.
like, but yeah, no, Toby. How tall are you again? Like 6'1"?
Like right at 6', 5'11" perpetually, but we're just gonna say 6 or 6'1". And
Oh, okay.
Mish, the third person that was
Yes.
hang out
Yes.
in Boston.
Yes. So now I'm very happy about, this year and like everything that I accomplished. Like I was, thinking how there were moments when I felt like I was biting off way more than I could chew. And then it turned out like when I think back on it, I was like, wow, I could have bit off a lot more.
Mm.
I was like, I could actually handle it. He gets 2 inches from his hair.
That part.
I mean, how many inches do I get?
Ah,
Keep it up.
I got like 5.
about the 5.
Yeah.
There you go.
So
There you
yeah,
go.
that was my 2021.
Sir.
That's good. Man.
Yeah.
You.
I was like, okay, cool.
Yeah. I don't know how to transition.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
You're good. You're good.
2021 was a lot.
Very true.
2020, of course, was what it was, but 2021 was actually kind of ridiculous. I feel like, and that I didn't travel, unfortunately, but I mean, okay, pandemic, but it wasn't even just because of the pandemic. It was more so I haven't really traveled much for fun. So I guess that's getting ahead of myself because that's going to go more into the resolutions. But normally my travel would be fun, but more of like certain professional conferences or like academic things that I've also like used as the opportunity to explore a new city. So all those opportunities were like gone in this year. So instead, I kind of just like did more things locally. I went to a cruise for the first time, 2 cruises actually, off of Boston. They were like cruise parties, so like one was like I think like 9:30 p.m. to like 1:30 a.m. and it just sailed and off the coast, or probably 12:30 because I think it was a 3-hour thing. So that was the first time I went on a cruise, and so like it's not like of course like a vacation cruise where you're there for like days. It's more just like okay, it's a party, you're on a boat, cool. But it was still like a big thing that I was like, I always never thought I could have the coordination to make something like that where you have to really get there on time, park on time, get to the boat before it leaves you because there's no such thing as like late entry.
Right. You can't just come on a speedboat. It's like, wait.
Yeah. So that was cool. That was I think it was the end of July because it was like a Cancers versus Leos theme. So I was like, that was really fun. I knew some of the promoters. It was like a lot of African, Caribbean type of vibes. And then I went on another cruise that was like an all-black Labor Day one. That was Labor Day weekend, like on a Saturday. A little earlier, probably like closer to 7 p.m. or 6 p.m. So that one was chill. I didn't actually do that, so I can't really say that. I was gonna go to a carnival. I had like 2 chances to go to the carnivals, and then I didn't get to go. So I actually bought it. I was supposed to go to Miami, but I at least resolved myself to go. So I was like, okay, at least I'm actually trying to take steps to like get a little out of my comfort zone, travel, because I've never really traveled just for like fun or for a festival or for like a concert. So that would have been like my first kind of like purely pleasure trip. Things didn't work out, but that would have been October, like first week of October. So some other things I did, I had like 2 pool parties, which is kind of cool because I never really even attended one. Like I just felt like that was always complicated. How am I going to show up at a pool party? You know, I'm not going to have like because I always like having like jackets and like pants with like a lot of pockets. So I was like, how am I going to show up to a pool party for like possibly 6 hours? And like, where am I going to keep my stuff? Like, just like little things like that. But I just never really felt like it was going to be my scene. And lo and behold, I ended up hosting 2. Like, they were like kind of like they weren't like official like they were more of like casual get-togethers that ended up turning more into like party, but it was still fun just to like say like, oh, I hosted a pool thing. And even Halloween, I had like a Halloween party at my apartment that was like not really it was at my place, but I wasn't the one who came up with the idea. A good friend of mine did. She came up with it. She brought her friends. That was fun, and it was funny because and it wasn't. I'm not even me saying this. This was like my female friend saying this, but the ratio was like 99 to like 1, maybe like 70 to 30, maybe 80-20. But like for every 5 girls, there was like 1 guy, and so my female friends were complaining like, "Yo, where are the guys at?"
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
Because they were like dancing with themselves on the floor, and the guys were mostly just sitting on the couches. And then I was like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to tell you right now. But that was fun. And one, because Halloween, again, like I mentioned in the Halloween episode, not something at all that was celebrated. And I don't really care much to like celebrate it. It's just the fact that it's a festive time. People have fun. And so it was nice to actually be like, oh, I actually hosted like a party, like not just kind of like a get together that happens. Because many times I had get togethers that sort of spiraled into like parties that weren't really planned, but this was an actual like I planned this. Could have had some improvements, but it went very well. I personally enjoyed it a lot, and so I was like, okay, I can actually plan events, pool parties, other things, for free. Like I wasn't charging people, but I have a lot of friends who are promoters in New England. Promoters, some DJs. So if I really wanted to, because I've actually posted things online where I post like events on my Snapchat or elsewhere, and some friends have been like, "Are you getting paid for this?" And I'm like, "No, I'm not getting paid to promote these things. I just like showing like what's going on in the area, especially because New England is not famous for its amount of Black people. There actually are a lot. It's just it's not very obvious that there are a lot.
Right? Yeah.
Like Boston itself is like 20 to 25% Black, which is honestly more than some other cities. Like I think even Houston and LA. It's just those cities are massive. So the amount of Black people is way more than you're going to see in Boston. But Boston as a percentage has like 25%, I'm pretty sure. So the point is there's definitely a lot of tapped potential when it comes to networking and stuff. And so I was like, maybe I want to delve into that a little more. Now, other things I did that were like, I went to brunch. I mean, that sounds sad because I've been to brunch before, but like I actually like went to brunch on a Sunday morning.
There's proof that there are Black people in New England.
Hey, down there. Yes,
we have proof of 1. Well, 2 technically because of you.
Yes. Then you also have your own family too.
Yeah, my sister. That's true. That's true. We could count her dog too.
I'm dead. Melanin
he better know he's Black. So he's just light skinned. So.
Oh man!
Yeah. We got Nate.
Oh wait, hold on.
Okay. So 5.
So I actually know. I mean, I'll keep Nate somewhat anonymous, but I've known Nate actually for like goodness at this point 4 years maybe. It's just kind of funny how we met, and I had a slow moment because of the stream that Nate was on a few weeks ago. I was like, wow, we have so many new viewers. And then I found out after the fact, oh wow, this is my actual friend who I like talk to all the time. But for some reason I didn't know his screen name. So I had no idea.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I know Ryan. And like
so you know Ryan.
Yeah, okay. And I messaged him too. And I was like, hey, are you the Ryan? And he was like, what are you talking about? I was like, the guy who's commenting, Ryan, are you the Ryan? And he didn't really, and like he acted like he didn't know what I was talking about. Then like a couple of days later, he was just like, oh, so you know that guy who was talking about like, hiking for 4 days without eating? I was like, so that's you. You're the Ryan then.
So is he just playing dumb on purpose, or is he just?
I don't know. Maybe I said it weird, oddly. Like,
are you the Ryan? He's like, I don't know what this is. I'm about to get whisked off to. Are you the Ryan, like the chosen one? He's like, I don't want any of this. Like, I don't know.
Sounds like a new.
I don't know what I'm signing up for if I say yes.
It's like a new like.
Initiative.
Like a reality TV or dating show. Are you the Ryan? It's like. a psychic told me I was gonna marry a Ryan, so we put a whole bunch of Ryans on this island, and
Oh my
you better be the Ryan.
Oh god.
Oh my head. Call me now if you are the Ryan. Wow.
Oh man. It's interesting because this year, like, I feel like I didn't go many play. I was active like second half of the year in particular. I went to a masquerade. I didn't bring a mask, which is amazing. I meant to bring my Toby mask. Even though it's not that kind of mask, it's like, kind of like you would expect Mardi Gras, not a freaking cosplay convention. But I still showed up to the masquerade without a mask. But I guess that was the first. That was also like probably April, so maybe that, because I think that like things didn't reopen in mass until like May, but at that point, whatever. It was also New Hampshire where things were a little more lax. So that was kind of cool. I don't know what other things I really did in this year that were sort of like new. Well, I mean, I got my own apartment, which I had an old one already, but I didn't really have a lot in it. My old apartments, this one, the new apartment that I had to actually like really go furniture shopping, and I had to like, which I mean, it's kind of basic, but it was kind of cool to be able to like, oh, let me actually figure out what kind of things I really want. I upgraded from a twin bed to a queen. Or sorry,
shit.
It was a full actually. I lied.
Okay. Oh my god.
You were like, I mean, some people have said that I should have gone for a queen. They're like, nah, no, you have to get a queen. Queen is like the only thing that is a full adult, but a full is plenty fine.
No.
I don't know. I couldn't sleep with a guy with a full size bed. Like you have to come over.
Instead of Ryan, it's Ryan. Yes. Yes.
Oh my gosh, I haven't seen that
Duncan McLeod.
That
Yes.
anime clip and post it because now. Anyway.
I don't know.
I love that.
A full size bed, like a full size.
Damn, I haven't slept in a full size bed since maybe high school. Maybe.
Wow, and this whole time I've had a twin. This whole time in high school.
Are you sure it was a twin? It wasn't a. Wait. Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to think. No, like even when I moved back home from college, it was a queen. Yeah, I had a full size junior and senior year of college because I moved out of the dorms.
There too. That's crazy because I just bought this full bed in July. And so now what's going to happen? It's not even been half a year and I'm already going to have to
get lost in He takes between the sheets quite literally because
literally.
Noted.
No, that's true. Beds aren't cheap.
No.
Yeah, it's true. Beds aren't cheap, man. They are not.
These are supposed to be investment for God knows how long. So I'm just like, well, if I knew this in the first place, I would have just gone with the queen. But it's fun. We'll when I buy my own house, we will invest in a queen bed probably. Well, we'll see. Because the full should last me a while, but
I mean, I don't know. I guess it depends on how big your rooms are. Now I'm thinking of like this guy I used to date in Boston. He had like a really tiny room. I'm trying to remember what size was his bed. I can't remember. Maybe it's for the better. I just thought he had like a tiny ass. He had like a tiny ass room.
Yeah,
so it could have been like a twin. It could have been like a full. I don't know.
Well, the twin, you probably remember for the twin because those.
Yeah,
things...
so it might have been a full. It might have been a full. Whatever. It doesn't.
I wouldn't have money.
Queen size bed.
Man, listen here. We'll treat you like the Sims. Get two twins, put them together. Bam, there you go. You got a full size bed.
That's true.
Yeah, I guess my full bed isn't that long, I will admit.
Yeah, because I think it's the height of the length of a twin, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, a lot of those things actually expand out. So like the same frames that take a twin bed, some of them will expand out to take a full. And then queen and king are supposed to be compatible. King is ridiculous, but a queen, sure.
I mean, if Barack legit has a California king, I think a king size is too big.
That's
my sister had a king size in her guest bedroom. Long story. Like, I don't even want to get into that why that was the case, but like there was a king size bed in her, and I guess it took up like the entire room. And I was like, this is massive. This is a massive bed. This is just a king. And like, so I can't even imagine a California king because that's just like, I don't know. But people like it. People like the extra space. I could sort of get it. From Boston to California.
Amazing.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
Oh, God.
I think, I'm actually thinking, because I know the bed we have now is a queen size bed. I think before we moved back to Michigan, I think we've had a king size bed and we've had a California king size bed. And I think when we had the California king, it was too big. So like, you know what? Let's downgrade to a king size bed. And we're like, okay, cool, great. Like, let's do it. And it was still a massive bed. I'm like, crap. Like I'm like Barack, like, hello over there. It was just big. But even still with the queen size bed, it's still relatively big. But I mean, we got a bigger room, I guess. So whatever. But yeah, Toby definitely get you a queen at the very least.
Please.
Get you a queen. It'll do you justice.
Dang.
Okay. Yeah, man. Like you're 26-year-old man. You graduated college. You got a master's. Like you deserve, a queen size. Like you're a tall man too.
Yeah.
Not as tall as you expected, but yeah.
Well, if you're taller than like 5 something, then yes, that's tall, sir.
Yeah.
If I could look up to you, just a little bit, you're tall.
Yeah.
I was surprised with the full bed, the fact that like, oh man, my feet are still like they're not dangling off the edge, but they're definitely like getting to the edge. I thought that like it was just like a whole blow up a size, but no, it really is just like I could toss and turn more comfortably. That's really about it. And it is like a little, I guess it's like maybe like thicker as well, like top and bottom, but like there's a little plushier maybe. Maybe. But it feels, to be honest though, the twin bed was actually relatively comfortable. Like I slept in that thing since 2017. Even like 2 years in Mass as a full adult. And I didn't have a real box spring. I just had like a simple, I didn't have a real frame. I had a box spring. And so this full bed, at the very least, I had a frame and a box spring, no headboard, but whatever, we'll live. I just felt like we're upgrading little by little. A coffee table and, or what do you call it actually? They call it an occasional table from Big Lots. And a console table, which was like the kitchen table. That's pretty narrow. It's more of a bar table, like, but it was like we're upgrading, little by little.
I know. I need to know this too.
Definitely.
Maybe that's why you're like comfortable on the full size, on the double. Like there's nothing like if that's how you sleep. If you're like.
I sleep. I don't even know like how it's questionable at this point.
Hey, Mark.
Like here at home in Maryland, there's just like a twin bed I've had since like high school, so that one definitely is like I to manage however the heck I manage on that.
I mean, you should still get like a full, at least a full size or a queen size in your home bedroom too.
Oh,
like I know that you're never here, but like I still think. I mean, maybe I don't know if your parents have plans for your room.
Not particularly. It would be this room that was not very big.
Oh, okay.
I mean, it's possible. So it would have been easier before, but there's actually a desk here that didn't exist a few years ago. Long story short, this room got co-opted because my mom teaches, and so she was doing her virtual. I think she used this room to do her virtual stuff, and her lesson plans. So this room kind of got co-opted. But when I come home, we rearrange, and I keep this room. But there's like a table here because that was a thing, and even in high school, I didn't have a desk. Like I basically would have to go to the kitchen table or just like sit on my bed, or there was like a little TV dinner stand, like, which was not the most comfortable thing, but like it was kind of sad. I was like, why did I not have any kind of table or desk in my bedroom? But it's a small room. But perhaps maybe I'll ship over my full bed for this room, and buy myself a queen. And then I find out I need to have gotten a king, and then I'm screwed yet again.
No, you're good. Once you get the queen, you're good. You're gonna be fine.
All right. Lastly, because I know I kind of went on a little tangent with that. I guess I also bought a lot of like, not a lot, but I got some. I started getting some new clothes around the Thanksgiving time, and like I'm not a big clothes shopper. I actually talked with Nate about this recently, ironically enough, but I don't really be buying a lot of clothes. Maybe I'll find some special thing online. Usually it's more of a shirt with like a, graphic tee. Of course, there was all this swag, humanity first, humanity forward, whatever. But for like actual, just like buying pants and like new shoes, no. I hadn't bought shoes since like 2018. No, 19. I did buy, actually I bought some ones early 2020, right before the pandemic. And I got a chance to wear them at the end of the year, 2020, which was cool. But like sneakers and stuff, nah. So I actually bought I can pull them out right now. I bought these brand new classic Air Force One.
Oh, the fresh.
Oh, okay.
Unworn. I brought them for this break, and I never even wore them yet. I brought Air Maxes as well. I don't know if those are ready to show, but these black Air Maxes XCs. So, these are relatively new too. I was like, hey, okay, let's go, let's get it. I wanted to get Jordans, but why isn't there a prince or princess bed size?
That's actually a good question.
Interesting.
I wonder if that's what they were called before. And then but it is weird. That's like twin, and then double or full. And but what's weird because a twin is double a person. But then then you have double, which is a different size bed, or a full.
Oh.
And then you have king, queen. That is sort of weird.
Interesting.
I never thought of that. Twin, full, king, queen. I think this is like baby size crib.
Oh man.
California king.
Zaddy.
Yeah.
I haven't worn them yet, but actually, we were supposed to have some family photos, but there were some complications that arose, so I won't be able to. But I did get like these red wine pants, wine joggers. They're really hard to tell the color, but I feel like they would go well with a white, or could go well with black too. So I feel like my style game is definitely getting up.
Okay, no, those look good on you.
Yeah, so I still need to like try it and everything, but we're getting somewhere with that. Yeah, beds. Oh, you have you said this before? You are a twin?
No. Huh?
Mark, as a twin, it never made sense to me. Twin beds.
Oh, geez, I didn't even realize that's what it said. I didn't know Mark was a twin.
Huh. So I remember, Mark, you were talking about your family the other stream and like traveling and everything, and I don't remember.
Wow, I did not know Mark was a twin. That's pretty cool.
It always shocks me because I'm just like, just another one of this person.
That's true. And twin beds don't fit twins unless they're like both like 4 years old. Tiny.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can like, cuddle. You can cuddle with someone in a twin bed. It's been done.
I mean, that's all you can do.
What?
Well, no, I mean, like, of course you could do more. Shut up. Like, of course you could do more. But in terms of like space to sleep, like you just pretty much just have to cuddle.
Yeah,
in order to not fall off the bed. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
What are you talking about, guys? I'm a virgin.
All right. I'm gonna drink. I'm gonna just drink too.
Anyways.
What?
I don't know what else to do.
Death to murder and quench the thirst. Let the thirst be quenched however it needs to be quenched.
Guys, this is how I quench my thirst.
I gotta obey mines. Oh crap, that's funny. Oh, that's funny. Oh man, listen. Jeez.
So your thing is like
I know it is an echo. I'm trying to get rid of it.
the last thing I'll say. Oh, tell me. Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's still going.
It's like last _ final _ version 5.
No, version 1.0.1. No, this one actually is important. It's more of like a real thing. But I was able to see a behavioral. It's interesting. I really don't know why it's.
I'm not hearing it.
Yeah, I only hear my tongue. It's just not good.
Okay.
Huh. Ron, say something?
Not really.
No, not really. Just reading the chat and whatnot. It's funny. Oh man, I was gonna say too, Toby, to your point, because I totally forgot I traveled this year. Like besides going to Six Flags, that I traveled down to Florida.
Yeah.
Yes, and that was like 90% business, 10% pleasure. But I would love to go there again, just for like pure pleasure, due to the fact that it was fun. You know, being able to fly into Fort Lauderdale and just like watch the boats and the waves over the ocean was mind blowing to me. Like never in my lifetime have I seen an ocean like that. Never. So that was like my first time seeing the ocean. That was like legit my first time seeing the ocean, first time flying over the ocean. And even then, the person who I was riding with, and she was like, "Is that the ocean?" I'm like, "Yeah." And I look like, "Yeah, that's an ocean." We're flying over the Atlantic Ocean. And she's like, "For real?" She's like, "Can I take pictures?" I'm like, go for it, have at it. And so that to me was like a wonderful experience, which is going to lead into as far as the New Year's resolution portion, which I'm going to say because I got quite a few. To be honest, I got quite a few. And then also, I think this is the first year that I've been intentional about fixing my car. I changed my alternator by myself.
Nice.
Last month or the year, or not the year, either last month or somewhere in October. Got that done. Just ordered parts to do my brakes and my rotors, and I'll be doing my brakes and rotors this month. So by the end of this week, I should have brand new brakes and motors put on my car, and I'm gonna do it myself. Like that's like probably like one of the things that I've always wanted to do was kind of be a little bit more technical in my car. And yeah, that's going to be to get that done. That's going to be awesome, which again is going to lead it to something else for New Year's resolution. dude. Listen, like sign piece. Like I'm terrified of like doing any kind of work underneath my car, just due to the fact that I'm always paranoid that one of the jacks might fail and the car's gonna fall on me. And so it's just one of those things where it's like, uh, I would love to do it, but I'm also terrified to do it because of this. And even then, there's people who are going underneath the car like, you're not afraid of the car falling. Oh no, not at all. I'm looking at them, looking at my car, looking at the jacks. All right, y'all braver than me. I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no, I'm terrified of that too.
I couldn't do it. But I mean, it is one of those things where like once I get over that fear and whatnot, I think I'll be all right. Yeah. I'm telling you, like it's just the little small things that you don't think about, but it's like it does creep up. I'm like, man, I would hate to be taken out by car falling on me.
Right, if you're like changing your oil, like
yes, that part.
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I want to say too to get those car ramps. I might consider it.
That's actually not a bad idea.
I might consider it because I already got like the shocks that you put in behind your tires. I got those, so I got jacks, I got the shocks, and the chucks, the car chucks, whatever they're called, whatever. I got those and whatnot. But it's like, man, I would like to have like a hydraulic jack. So at least that way I have 3 points of protection so that I know for my sanity, I'm gonna be all right. That's just me. That's just me. Like I'm just that overly cautious person where it's like, okay, I got to make sure that everything is good and legit before I do anything else, because if I don't feel comfortable doing it, I ain't doing it. Oh yeah, best believe. I think this week I might get one. I've seen a bunch of them. I know the AutoZone up the street from my house, they have a 15-ton, no, a 5-ton. They have a 5-ton jack, hydraulic jack. I might get that. It wasn't. Yeah.
Yeah, no, never. That's like for like dire emergencies to use the little piece of shit that comes with the car. Like, that's just like, hey, we legally have to put this in here, so boom, like here you go.
Like here you go. Like I look at that thing like, what's this gonna do?
Yeah.
Other than just tickle the car, like, hey, I'm here just to lift you up just a little bit. Woo-hoo.
Yeah, like that's for like dire straits.
No,
and it's like pretty much just to change a tire. Like
honestly, because I only have that daily basic one that you just like put it on the part and then just turn it, and then they give you like little I don't even remember what you call it. It's not a tire iron. It's like that like L-shaped like hook thingy that you can like put in, and you can like use that to help crank it up. And it takes so long just to get it to a point where the tire lifts.
Yeah.
Because I actually had to change I did not recommend doing this, but I changed my tire at like, had to be 12 something a.m. It was 11 something p.m. It was late. It was off of a highway. For those familiar with Mass, it was like probably 93 North. Coming from like similar to like Hyde Park, Jamaica Plain area, going into the main part of Boston. And so like I should have known that my tire was getting ready to blow. And it did. And then metal was on the highway, which is not the first time that's happened. So I really should have known better. Pulled off, thankfully, to the shoulder, which was difficult because there was like an exit right there. So I'm like, oh great, I have to keep going because there is no shoulder. And I'm just like, please, this is not my day to die. And then once I got to the side of the road,
this is not my day.
I then did the whole thing with the jack. That was the first time I actually did it, because the first time that I had an issue with my car like that, I was in a parking garage, and I actually should, if I had known, because I just bought the car like a few days before. Like it was like a week before Memorial Day 2019 when I got my first flat. It was like that upcoming weekend. So it was like barely 3 days, 2 days maybe. This time was September 2019. So a few months had passed. I was familiar with what tools I had in my car. And so I was like, oh, screw it. We're just going to change the tire myself. And I did. I did put on the spare tire. Had a friend of mine in the car too. And she was just kind of like recording. And I was like, hey, look, we went on an adventure. Because we were supposed to go out to like downtown Boston just to like, to go to like a party or something. Instead, I got to spend the night changing my tire. But I was like, there has to be a better way than this, because this is like so manual and so unnecessary. But whatever, it was like the first time doing it. But I would definitely invest in better like tools for my car. Things that are more automatic. I even got like a automatic, like a power screwdriver, power drill. I bought something. It was like $20-$30 maybe. It was relatively cheap. So I'm just like, I need to invest in things like that. So when something does hit the fan, I can more easily take care of the problem. So stuff for my car, stuff for my apartment. So I don't really have tools in general. So that's definitely important. Need a self-driving car with a self-changing tire.
Agreed. Yeah.
Boom. Because the process is pretty standard. So why not? Like if you can somehow automate it and you have the space to know what's going on and put it to where it needs to go. Yeah. Why not?
That'd be dope. I'll buy a car like that. That'll be dope. But then again, you got to be careful because you only got like one tire.
Like you only have one tire that you can keep at
Like
a
one
time.
tire, yeah.
Because if you mess around and you blow your spare, you kind of screwed.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought about that. Like, yeah, that'd be smart. But then again, if you blow your spare, then how else are you supposed to keep extra for backup? I don't know. My thoughts.
Yeah.
But even still, I would still buy a car if it's able to do it. I would still buy it. Yes.
Go ham on the nuts and bolts.
That's very true, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, this is true.
We need a car experts. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, well, like this isn't a car. Like when I was like installing my standing desk, and like I borrowed like a electric like screwdriver or drill or whatever from my brother-in-law. I like and I think it was him telling me or something like, just like use it just very lightly when you're screwing in something or tightening something, because you don't want it too tight, because like it will just like it will just kind of tighten it to the utmost and you couldn't untighten it if push came to shove. Or you might just like drill it in such a way that the bolt can't even stay into the desk or whatever, because it just sort of like and I got rid of all like the shit that makes it tighten, and then like the cylindricalness, I don't know what the hell it's called. So yeah, definitely don't go ham.
Yeah, true. Oh, so true. So true. So true. So true. I mean, because even using the air wrench or like any air tools really to kind of tighten stuff down, you always want to kind of be careful because same thing happened. Because I know when it comes to the lug nuts, I typically 9 times out of 10 I'll do it by hand. 9 times out of 10 I do it by hand because at least I know that as long as I get it on there good and tight, it ain't going nowhere. It's not going anywhere. So
right. Yeah, you don't need things as tight as you think. Like, yeah, you need things tight, but not like Yeah, it's very easy to over tighten something because it's like, yeah, this thing is on, it's not going anywhere. Like Ron would say, it's like it's really not.
True.
Yeah. That
Yeah, I've seen that with the tires. You're trying to like your best to like kick. Yeah, it's a lot.
Yeah.
You can't get it to budge.
Yeah. It's not that necessary.
Not at all. Not at all. And duh. How could I forget about this too that happened this year? Messed around and hit affiliate on Twitch. Like, how could I forget that? Like, how could I forget that? Like, that's an achievement in itself, you know.
Yeah,
and even then, like, I wasn't really trying to do it, but I was like, well, I'm just that close. Might as well go ahead and get it done. And so when I got it done, I'm like, holy crap! Like, that was almost easy. So even then, that's gonna roll into some New Year's resolution stuff that I'm gonna put off until later and whatnot. It's just this year in its own weird way has been a huge highlight. There's been ups and downs everywhere. And so just looking back over 2021, it was just like, yeah, it sucked, but at the same time, a lot of good things happened that outweigh the sucky things, and I will take that any day. I'll take that any day. So with 2021 slowly yet surely coming to an end, let's look forward to 2022. So
yeah,
how do you guys want to do New Year's resolutions? Who wants to go first? And then chat for you guys as well. Jot down your New Year's resolutions. Like, what are your plans, your goals for the new year? Drop those in the chat. Whenever you want to, you can start between now towards the end of the stream, because we will post them and highlight them. And if you would like for us to talk about them, we will. And if not, oh well.
Yeah.
I know one thing I was gonna say that like I guess it was one thing that I did this year, but like it's definitely like an ongoing thing.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was able to see a behavioral psychiatrist for the first time, because I had like seen a therapist near the end of last year, but it was sort of like a one-off, two-off, where the person didn't really have room, but they were willing to take me. But this was actually someone who like can prescribe stuff, and that was important. So to get the appointment in June, God, I tried doing it in January. So the fact that it was like 5 months waiting was like such a pain, but you know, I get it. So now it's great because I have this ongoing relationship with the nurse. You know, I meet with her virtually or physically, and then like from there we discuss like, do we need to change anything? I was able to kind of open up about certain things, just some neurological things that I was like, maybe I should try to like check this, because I haven't formally been diagnosed with certain things, but it would maybe be nice to like know just for the record, have this thing or not, because there's certain tendencies and I would like to just know. So even if I don't need medication, being able to mitigate certain behaviors, like not necessarily anxiety, but like let's say I did have anxiety, tangential type of things, I would like to like actually know that. And so like that's how it was with like one specific I wouldn't call it disorder, but one specific thing, like atypical thing. So I was able to like talk and just have some good conversations there. So I highly recommend, like, that therapy is good, of course, and that's already a big step for a lot of people, but also sometimes like maybe even talking about the psychiatric part and like the brain and like, you know, medication if you need it, if you don't, at least being able to have certain things in place to mitigate any of the effects, like if it is anxiety or if it is depression, if it is OCD or ADD, which was my case, ADD, ADHD. So like it was just really cool to be able to like go through that and like talk about it as an adult, because normally that's like a childhood thing you talk about, but then it's like, what do you do when you're a working adult and you're dealing with this? But in any case, continuing to be more open, I guess, with people like that, and actually having a therapist would be good for 2021 too, because I don't really have an actual working therapy relationship where you get to talk about stuff like that. But we'll get there when we get there. Resolutions.
Okay, no, that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, really happy, really happy.
Yeah, no, I was happy too. Like, it just felt like a big weight that was needed. I'll go quick. I won't go in depth with a bunch of these because there are like a lot of things I want to try to do. I definitely want to go to a carnival because I've been talking about it for so long. So Boston Carnival, if I want, though I've heard it's not great. Caravana, Toronto is a big one that, very popular, early August, so pretty good time of the year. Miami would be great. This time actually make it. Labor Day, I don't know. That doesn't sound that fun. But there's a lot of different ones that I could go to. So carnivals, cool. I would like to actually travel for festivals. Was just talking with someone about what do you call it? What's it called? Afropunk. So I've never been, but I've had some good friends who have, and others who want to go. So Afropunk, as well as I feel like there were some other big ones. I just realized that there was another big thing I did this year. I went to a bunch of concerts, and I want to actually continue to look at going because I went to a Schoolboy Q concert in 2014, somewhere in the spring, I think like April, and that was okay. Actually, it was 2014. I went to a Schoolboy Q concert, and I mean Schoolboy Q is like pretty like I guess he's somewhat big, but it was a pretty low key concert in Baltimore. Like there was a crowd, but it wasn't huge. And then I've been to like concerts on campus for my undergrad, which did range from like Macklemore, like Ryan Lewis, Fetty Wap. Like those are definitely big names, but like they're still university sponsored. So this year was like the first year I can really say. I think I went to a concert, Idonia and Little Durk. I didn't no idea who Little Durk was. This was back in 2018. Never heard of Little Durk. Now he's much more popular, like the likes of Keen Von and a lot of those people. But like, Idonia, who's Jamaican, dancehall artist. Oh, Idonia. I don't know how to pronounce it, but I did go to that in 2018, but that was very brief. Got there mad late, and it was close to where I went to school in upstate New York. So it was kind of just like a one-off. But this year I actually like took the time to like find a lot of really big name African artists like Wizkid, which is like huge. Those tickets though, I would not like to pay that kind of price again. But Wizkid is like massive superstar. So I didn't pay 200 something, but like there were definitely tickets that were 200 plus. I still definitely paid close to that though. So I was like, we're not doing that again. But I went to a concert for Adekunle Gold, another Nigerian artist. That was like more in the $40, $60 range. That was in October. Wizkid was September. Diamond Platinums, who's a Tanzanian artist. So a lot of East Africans are really, really, really like that's like huge.
Hey, what up? What up?
Hey, what's up? And I actually have something funny. Something related. So it was good to see you, Muda. But there's definitely something that you like about a resolution that I'll bring up shortly. So I went to 3 concerts, I guess. I guess I didn't go to any more, but there was other options to go to. So I think I was gonna try to take more initiative next year and try to like hit up mostly local, like Boston, Providence even has some concerts that I could have gone to. So definitely want to go to some more. So concerts, carnivals. I like to go back to conferences that I used to go to. NSBE was a big one. That's actually how I met Nate, National Society of Black Engineers. Once you're in the working world, it's a little difficult to like continue to stay involved in that stuff, especially when it comes to like the travel aspect of it. You already have a job, so you're not looking for like unless you're really looking for a new job, then sure, but you kind of, build your career in what you're doing. But I would like to like go back out and go to some of those conferences that I never got a chance to go to before. There is actually a cultural thing called Umu Igbo Unite, which is like an Igbo, which is my tribe in Nigeria. It's basically a big convention for like young professionals. Always heard of it, and without fail, I've always missed it every year. But this year it's in DC, and I'm like, or next year it's in DC. I'm like, oh my god, I have to go. That's right there. And, you know, if I'm still in Mass, then it's not quite my backyard, but it's my family's backyard. So I feel like that would be super cool. So that's kind of a lot of those are similar though. So I'll kind of shift gears because a lot of that's like, oh, here's a conference or a concert or a thing I want to go to. But I guess there's like other personal things that I want to work on for resolutions. I want to relearn how to play the violin because I used to play it growing up.
Hey.
And so it would be nice to maybe have some like, you know, like not to like give away too much, but like covers of like certain like popular songs, especially certain like, you know, Black, Caribbean, African songs. Like there was one guy named I think Damiola. Is his name Damiola? Violin, and he actually had a show in downtown Troy, which is near Albany, where I was in grad school, and it was like so random because I just happened to see the event, and it was like, you know, more money. Like it was, I forgot how much, but it was like maybe 50-ish, and I was like, this is a lot for just downtown Troy. And this guy was like on fire. He's like this Black, I think he's from the UK, Nigerian, super talented guy, just doing like all these covers of like a lot of different songs. And I was like, you know, Wild Thoughts, Unforgettable, French Montana, like what's that Justin Bieber song? It was not Justin Bieber, yikes. It was actually, he did a remix of it, Despacito. But the point is like there's a lot of popular songs that I was like, yo, this would be super cool to relearn and kind of tap back into my creative side. But the thing I'm actually probably the most excited about, and I didn't want to really say it too much because I didn't want to jinx it, but relevant to Muda, definitely relevant to you, El. But I wanted to start like maybe making content videos in terms of like comedy and stuff.
Okay. Awesome.
Which is kind of why I dropped that random video last week because it had been in my draft since like February, and I was like, I didn't want to really, because I always feel like I'm very like protective of the things like that, where it's like I don't want to like drop this thing and then like what if it's not ready enough, it's not good enough. And it's not, that was a pretty simple short video, but I felt like I spent so much time like editing the edits and stuff February and then like April, and then I didn't touch it again after like April. And I was like, when am I going to drop this? I'm never going to drop it. But then I kind of had no choice, which is it's a long story, but because I had to get a new phone and TikTok deletes your drafts if you basically wipe the phone.
Oh, okay.
They don't carry over to a new phone. And so I was like, dang, I have no choice now.
Okay. I didn't know that.
And I still have like 3 other drafts that I have never posted. So I'm like, I got to actually do this. So I was like, whatever, this will jumpstart my TikTok career. I mean, that's like half a joke, but I was compiling like a list of just like ideas since like last year, maybe like sometime in the summer or even the spring. But I had been writing down a lot of ideas that I was like little skits, little things, like certain like even like pictures and videos I already have on my phone that I could like manipulate and do stuff with. And I was like, I might have to like learn more like video editing stuff. I don't know if you follow me on TikTok because I have not been active at all, but I can send it to you. Not really doing much like self promo, but it's just like it's a thing that I think would be kind of cool because
for sure
I would always make like little jokes here and there on like my Snap, like for those who do follow me on like different platforms. Buy a phone, never quick to force yourself.
Life hack. That's so cheap.
I love it.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
Also appreciate that, Mark, as well.
Yeah, it was good. It was really funny.
I was just like, all right, maybe like I can like do this and like, you know, let it be natural. Like I don't, because I think if I take it too seriously, then it's like, you know, it's not fun anymore. It's not really something I enjoy. But if it's just something lighthearted and like make other people laugh or like informational things, I wanted to like do some cooking things as well because I used to post a lot of like the food that I used to cook because I don't really cook these days as much. But like a year, 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, and I would post it on my social media, and people were like, "Oh, you should actually like have like a food vlog or something." And I was like, I didn't think it was that deep, but I figured that might be interesting to do. So the point is create things. And it might be like a nice way to connect with people. Like, oh, you play violin too. Oh, you like cooking this stuff. Oh, whatever. So, that's probably like the most. If I think of anything, I guess I'll add. But I definitely want to give space for other people to talk about their New Year's resolutions, stuff that they want to, do, personal growth, all of that.
No, but I hear you about, just sharing, like just posting whatever. Like, I get that. Everybody gets that way when it comes to like posting, especially like funny stuff. I still don't have like the balls to really like go on TikTok and like, use that as a platform, because I guess it's just like the video format. And that's actually something I've always been like afraid of, was just like, taking more selfies and posting them, and like taking pictures and like, more video content. Like, this is a little different because it's live streamed, but to actually like make a video and curate it and edit it, and like for like a format that just gets so many views, I don't know, it just seems a little daunting to me, but it is something that I've wanted to do. A lot of content creators say one of the hardest things they deal with is making. Yeah, no, I can definitely believe that, Barack. Like, but the best thing to do is just to publish, just to send it out. Regular Renaissance. Yeah, regular Renaissance. No, for sure, true.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, congrats, Mark. Mark said he's gonna buy a house.
Yes.
Yeah,
Fuck yeah. Oh. So back to like the video and being afraid of shit. Like, one of the reasons why I got this phone, this is a OnePlus 7 Pro. I bought it like 2 years ago. I was, I kind of wanted to, use it to like take more video and more like pictures and stuff like that. And I do take a lot of pictures of myself, but I just never post it. And I was wondering if I was actually going to tweet this, saying like, share a selfie of you that you just never shared, like a G-rated safe for work selfie. And it's like, so I didn't want any craziness. So I'm like,
I get it.
Right. Because that's all the types of selfies I take. And I wanted to.
Of course.
Good.
Yes.
Just to see if like anybody else had this weird like, oh yeah, I look cute. Well, I don't know who to share this with, so I'm just gonna keep it to myself. But I want to do like videos, like Instagram stories, and I just never do that. I didn't want the Twitter comments to be filled with crap I couldn't control. Okay, that's why I was just like, even though I never even tweeted this, I should go and publish this. I'm slacking. But I don't know, it takes a lot. It's kind of hard to like just share a photo of myself. Like, yeah, I do it occasionally, but it's just, I don't know, I just feel like the internet's can be like, especially for like pictures, especially pictures if you're a woman, but men too, for sure. Absolutely fucking. And it just seems like it's like a daunting place where it's like you have to be perfect pretty much. Even though like I know that a lot of people have gotten like surgery or photo editing, which I'm like staunchly against. If you want to photo edit, go ahead. Like, I won't, filter or photo edit any of my photos. So at least not like, yeah, like I wouldn't do that. But it just seems like that's just what you got to do, is like you got to look perfect, and you don't know what perfection looks like. But you also have to remind yourself that there's no such thing as perfection. And so it's like, it's beauty is in the eye of the beholder. So, and anyway, so for next year, for my resolutions, like I definitely want to do more things that scare me. And I might, like share more pictures of myself, which, might actually be a good thing, because on dating apps, when a guy asks for my Instagram and I'm like, well, my Instagram's trash, but here you go. Like these are not the sexy photos you were looking for.
These are not the pictures you're looking for.
Yes, these are not the pictures you were looking for.
Hold on.
These are not the pictures you were looking for.
These are not the pictures I'm looking for.
No, it's like it's just like random stuff. I was like, oh, I like this thing. Have you ever tried this? This is nice. But no, I agree, Chad. I do feel like video is a step up. The reason why I'm not too nervous about, I guess, because I've gotten used to it. We've been doing it for over a year now, and also it's live stream, so it doesn't seem, if you're I guess that's why I like Instagram stories a lot more too. That's true. That's still technically a pick of me. Oh god, I'd never want to go skydiving, but I have a feeling that there's going to be a moment one of my friends is gonna go skydiving for their birthday and then invite a bunch of people. I don't know why I have this fucking fear. That's my most irrational fear, is getting roped into skydiving, because I do not want to go skydiving. I have no interest in going skydiving, but I admire those who are brave enough to go skydiving. But yeah, no, for next year I definitely want to do more of the things that scare me, just to kind of break out of my shell. I don't really say break out of my shell, but do the things that I think of doing and just see if I like it. Because I think I would like video editing, but I don't know if I actually will. Maybe it'll be the bane of my existence, but I think it would be fun, but I do want to try it. I think I'd want to get into Twitch live streaming of video games. Hopefully, I do like video games, and I'm familiar with live streaming, thanks to you guys. But I don't know if it's something that I will like. I don't know if I'll continue with it. I do want to, brew more beer. And just try to get more into that, because it is pretty cool. It is pretty, because it's also nice to just have beer in the house for when company comes over. It's oh, well, I brewed 5 gallons of beer. I can't drink it all myself. So
yes, there you go.
And it's cool that people actually do like it. They say that it tastes better than the beer in the stores, and I sort of see what they're saying. I'm not a massive beer snob. I'm more of a wine snob, ironically. And it's nice to just have a drink in the house, for guests especially. Oddly enough, I'm going to be most likely drinking less, because I'm trying to, work on my fitness, and that's another big thing. I don't know if I mentioned this to you guys on the last stream or whatever, but I'm planning on having a photo shoot for myself sometime in April. And I met with my friend who's a photographer, and she was all excited and stuff like that. Then I was while she was talking to me all excited and everything, I was what the hell did I get myself into? It's I don't know anything about posing. I don't know. It's I don't know, what clothes, what do I look like? I don't know what the it's stepping out of my comfort zone. It's giving it a shot. Okay, but it's not yeah, I agree. Another thing I want to do for next year is to learn, a new skill. or just like new skills. Like I've always wanted to do, because the thing I like the thought of video editing is just like it seems, kind of tedious. Like like troubleshooting, like doing like little like minute things, and I kind of like that kind of stuff. I don't know what that is, what that comment is on YouTube, but
Let's expand.
I don't know, but
I
don't know the fact that they didn't, unless like that's a video editing thing, VOR, then it's like on God, this is this is the video editing thing. So I think someone spammy is commenting on YouTube, so forgive us. But they're trying to force us to go to some website with a really weird ending.
Yeah, not even a real way.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm trying to I don't know, video editing does seem like a interesting skill. I do want to get into maybe app development, because I am trying to create an app. I was considering hiring somebody like on Fiverr or something to code this app and like pay them. But I was like, A, I don't know how much that's going to be. B, I don't know how much like connection I'll have with that person. And like, how much money would I be shelling out? It's like, do I even like really have it? Like, maybe I should just learn the skill myself. And, and like, and if my app doesn't blow up and nothing happens, then it's like, hey, I learned a new skill. So, now I'm a little bit more marketable. So, yeah. And it might be, might be going towards something that I would rather be doing, or, just something I could probably just broaden my horizons a little bit more. Because, don't take the time after work for granted. Like sometimes you really gotta take that time to like sharpen your skills, that you go do for work, or learn a new skill, or get into something new, and just see where that takes you. If there's anything that I've learned, is that when you start getting into something, like people are really down to help you. Video editing is super tedious, but what allows you to understand most? Yeah, and I think that would be really cool. I would definitely, look into it, because, I like messing around, like on, like whether it's like with Photoshop or, things like that. Like, I mean, I know that Photoshop and like video editing are not that similar. Like the most similar thing is like you can make a GIF in Photoshop, which is fun too. But it's tedious too. But I do kind of like that little like some type of like tedium work. There's some pretty solid app developers on Okay, that's what it's called, Upwork. I was trying to remember what the other one was called.
True.
Okay, I mean, I'll still look into it. But like at the same time, I don't want them to code something that I just have zero idea of what's going on,
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons why I do want to learn how to develop apps for myself. Like I want to get into Flutter, because it's like a hybrid app development platform created by Google. So like you code, one thing, and then it could launch for both iOS and Android. Yeah, so you don't have to. What is it? iOS Objective-C, I think they use, or Xcode, which is Xcode is a pretty simple-ish program for iOS, which I think that's why a lot of apps come out for Apple first, because some person's like, yeah, I'm an app developer, and they just develop an Xcode, which is kind of easy. And then they launch an app and it's great, and then it comes out on Android a year later. It's like, that's what happened with Clubhouse, and I'm like, I don't care about Clubhouse anymore. Like,
yeah, no, literally.
Yeah, like you come on and like people already have like 5,000 followers, and I was like, that's not even fair. Like just because I had an Android and y'all couldn't develop for Android 2 at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, I hear it's a great platform though, but it seems like Twitter Spaces is probably going to take that over, like how Snapchat had their stories. They were like the first ones to come out with stories years ago. Then Instagram got stories. And people at first were like, I'm not going to use Instagram stories now. The same people who were like on Snapchat heavy or on Instagram heavier. And I was like, I told you. Like, I called it. It's like, people are going to, like, you're already on Instagram. You already know how to use Instagram. But I don't know. I don't know what else Snapchat is doing. I haven't gone on the app in a long time. I downloaded it last year during the pandemic. Then I deleted it after like a week. But I feel as though Twitter Spaces is going to take over Clubhouse easy. So I should probably start learning on DaVinci. I've heard of DaVinci Resolve. Yeah, I definitely heard of DaVinci Resolve, and I heard that it's really good. Like they have a free version, and they're actually pretty solid from what I've heard. Yeah. I feel like Final Cut. What's the one that comes on the Mac? Isn't it Final Cut? Is it Movie Maker?
Windows is Movie Maker.
Yeah, Windows is Movie Maker. There's something that comes on Macs that's like pretty okay. You know, like if you were like just starting out and like you needed to launch something today and you got a Mac today, and you had to launch it in like an hour. I think there's like a video editing thing that just comes with Macs, or is free with Macs. I don't know. Anyways, whatever. But I've heard like I'm most likely going to go with DaVinci Resolve because I hear it has a really great free version. Like, I don't even know what kind of videos I'll be editing. I still don't know. I'm like, should I go with like what I know, like, you know, like the skill sets that I have with like HTML and CSS just to create a YouTube channel just to start out, or should I, like, I don't know. I don't know what can I offer the world? You know, like what, you know, what are we talking about? We're talking about things I want to do for the next year. So it's still under like, it's still under New Year's resolution.
This one's video editing, right?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. I agree.
And boom.
That's what it is. Okay, don't use that one. All right. I'll take your word for it. Barack, do you do video editing? Or I forgot you do something with like media, right? Yeah, definitely. I remember he mentioned some like what he does.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, no, like video editing is definitely something that I want to do, that I want to get into. My sister actually gave me this book, like Do One Thing Every Day That Scares You. Ooh. And I started writing down some of the things that I want to do, because there's like a little part, like you could like write a list of the things that scare you. So some of the things was like socializing sober, because that's going to be new for me. Like, you know, like if I were to like start, you know, like if I were to go on a date to like not have a drink, that's going to be hard and scary. Learning a new skill is something I put up. Feeling more comfortable like spending money on myself. So, because I always feel like I'm, you know, I understand like, yeah, we have to like save up and all that thing and all that stuff, but sometimes you like, you know, not being afraid to maybe buy that new MacBook Pro and stuff like that. And social lubrication.
Oh man, I have to use that one now.
I love it.
Oh,
yeah, so I wrote like a couple. But I feel like I'm on definitely a good track now where I feel more confident in actually like pursuing things, because there were so many things that I put off for like years. But I feel like I'm in a better mindset, a better space just in my personal life,
Mhm.
that I feel like I could actually conquer the things that I want to do, like like get more fit, slowly start to wean off of having a trainer, so I don't have to like pay him every month. uh, like, so I could start to feel comfortable working out, just on my own, which is also scary.
That's what's up.
Oh, okay, yeah, for sure. Do you have like a Twitter or anything? Like, I could put my Twitter and Instagram handle in the comments if you ever want to.
I was curious too, because sometimes I'm like, I see these names. I don't know. Some of them I do follow. Some of them I don't know.
Yeah, I know, right? Because it's like like I think it's awesome connecting with like your friends that you make online, like even in
Mhm.
like
Air fryer.
like venues
Yes.
like this. So where's the? I'm here, aren't I? Okay, that was weird. Sorry, I'm messaging Brock now.
Mm.
But yeah, no, like if you ever want to contact me, and this isn't just for Barack, but most of you guys, I think, like follow me on Twitter or Instagram at least, so y'all have my Instagram or Twitter. But for anybody else that's in the comments who is just sitting there listening, that's me. If you wanna follow and just DM me and say like, hey, I saw it, saw
Oh,
your stream,
yeah.
blah blah blah.
And we also have that Discord. We have that Discord, which I
Yes.
put permanently in our bio, and I should say it's the YouTube account, probably the Twitch account as well.
Yeah.
So
It should be on there.
wherever you're following from, you're gonna see it, and then you can message in the channels, post in the channels, message there as well. So yeah,
I might consider getting an air fryer. I've heard great things about it.
Oh, it's lovely. It's lovely. I have one. Well, we have one. And pretty much anything you want to fry, you can do it. Like we've had like a fish fry in our air fryer. It comes out lovely, delicious. Recommended, highly recommended. And they also have like seasonings and breadings specifically for air fryers.
Okay.
Check it out.
Okay.
Check it out. So
Okay.
posting link to the Discord now.
Yeah, that's true. That's another way. Yeah. Hit us up on our Discord.
And for those watching on Twitter, sorry, not really. I'll post it on Twitter.
yeah, get it in our bio there too.
Ooh. No, I'm pretty pro toaster oven too. Like I'm starting to, because I have a convection oven, which is like a toaster oven pretty much, and I have a toaster, and I'm like, I should probably just get rid of the toaster because I'm starting to like get a little used to the toaster. Because also the toaster oven, or the what's it called? The convection oven rather. It's better for like toasting like bigger things. Like I bought like some ciabatta bread. It was like an everything ciabatta bread, like an everything bagel, like like grains and shit, but on the ciabatta bread. I got it from Trader Joe's. And of course, like I couldn't like put that in my toaster because it was like way too thick. So, toaster oven does make like a lot more sense for toasting those sort of things. And also, it's just so much more versatile because, like, let's say you bought, I don't know, like Jamaican beef patties, or you want to like toast like a day old like sub sandwich. Like putting in the toast oven or the convection oven is just so much better instead of like preheating the oven and waiting for it to finish, and then like putting like your little half sandwich in the whole oven. Or putting it in a microwave because it gets all like soggy and not too satisfying. Like some things just taste a whole lot better with like a convection oven, and it's just more convenient because it's smaller and it warms up a lot faster.
Yeah, you're many steps ahead of me because like here in this house, sure, there's an air fryer, there's I guess a regular toaster, but like, and then there's even a rice cooker. But in my apartment, it's very bare bones. Like, I don't even have a toaster. Like, I realized I don't even have a toaster. Wow. I have the best thing since.
Ripped up bread. Imagine like nature's own, like before sliced bread, it was just somebody just rips up the bread and puts it into the bag and ships it to the grocery store. Oh, Ron, you're on mute. No.
Oh, I thought he had meant to be because he was doing some stuff in the background this whole time.
Yes, I was doing that, but also I was saying that they didn't have grocery stores back then. They had like pop-up markets.
Oh yeah,
exactly. Like at the market, rather. You're just like, it's like, oh, thanks, nature's own. You're gonna make it big someday.
Oh my god. Oh man. Yo. This and the fact there's just so many amazing things that this could like lead into for future streams in terms of one is cooking, because somehow it's obviously something you I mean you gotta eat, right? So cooking comes up pretty frequently in different contexts, especially for the holidays. But just talking about cooking and like that as a thing, that I feel like would be pretty amazing. For some time in the new year. And Lord knows that I don't have the material. I mean, I do have things. I just don't have like a lot of like other appliances. There we go. I don't really have appliances. I have an electric kettle, which was kind of cool, but like everything else, nope. No toaster, no air fryer, no toaster oven. Definitely. Gosh,
at least have a microwave.
I did. I mean, my apartment didn't come with one, so I actually had to buy one. Not because of this apartment. I had to buy one because I think last year my apartment short circuited. Like I think it was just from being in the cold, and I didn't have the AC on. So I think my apartment just like after I was home for like 3.5 weeks in Maryland, I came back to my apartment. Bunch of things weren't working. The microwave just didn't work, and they couldn't fix it because they were getting more strict with COVID rules. So they were like they wouldn't take any they only would do emergency appliances, like emergency maintenance. And they said that didn't count as emergency maintenance. And they didn't give like a solid list. So I was like, how's the microwave not count? It's built into the apartment. The stove counted. Other things did. So that was really dumb. So, and you were supposed to not be in the common areas of the apartment. I'm going to say this publicly because they can't really do anything now about it. But you were not supposed to be in the public areas of the apartment. They actually had like a rope at one point where like you went to the common room and stuff and it was roped off. I climbed around the rope so I could use the microwave because why would you play? This was the dumbest thing. Like, why would you not fix a microwave? And that's the only thing, because at that point I wasn't going into my office all the time either. I was mostly had frozen food that I had stocked up, and I was like, you're not gonna let me eat any of it because you don't want to fix microwaves. Of course I'm gonna sneak into the common area. Apparently there were like fines that they said that they could impose if they caught people. Okay. It never happened, so we're good. But like, anyway, my current apartment, so I basically had to buy a microwave because of that. Got the microwave fixed anyway, but I bought a standalone one. My current apartment doesn't have one, so ended up working out. But yeah, there's a whole lot of stuff I would like to invest in for cooking. Not really a resolution per se, but just some things that would be good. 7-1 air fryer. Yeah, I feel like if the air fryer stops working, awesome. I'm gonna like claim that. I'm just gonna get them to fix my own appliances that I bought. And if they don't, I'm just gonna write a 1-star review. That's fine. Kettle, yes. Rice cooker, yes. Yeah, because we have one here in this house, and I've been using that, and I'm like, oh, this is really useful. Like, I've actually learned how to make rice better recently. I used to just kind of like have a bunch of water, have a bunch of rice, and like I would make sure not to put too much, but it would be too little. I would like check it. It would still be a bit hard. Pour more water. That was always the process even here at home. It was just kind of like you just do that. But I learned how to actually do it properly in a pot where like you actually measure out the proportions and you slow cook it. Because normally I would boil it, pretty much like keep it on that whole time, maybe turn the heat down a little. But actually, you're supposed to basically simmer it as soon as it boils once, keep it on low. Ah, gosh, I'm spoiling this for the cooking episode. But you keep it on low and you just keep it simmered. And it's very even and uniform. And you can even put butter and stuff. I was like, wow. I did see this talent.
I don't think I've ever had minute rice, at least. I never bought it.
Oh, man.
I'm sure I've probably eaten it at like Chili's or something. But yeah, it's like just to boil. I guess you technically can. I feel like that's like dangerous and like a lot of room for error to just have it just boiling like that. But I mean, I guess you technically could. There's a cookout. I mean, hopefully. And you want to create one, Mark, at your new house?
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom.
Yeah, I don't think I've never used a rice cooker. I've only just used it in the cooked rice in the pot. I'm not against rice cookers though. Like, I know that makes things a whole lot easier. It's probably worth it. But I don't think you can really make like, like seasoned rice and stuff like that. Maybe you can. I guess I have to just look it up. I always thought like rice cooker, you can only just cook rice, but I don't know if you can just like add beans or peas or like spices and seasonings, because if you can add like coconut milk to make like a Caribbean Jamaican like rice and peas kind of dish. I don't know if you can with using a rice cooker. Not like, I don't know.
You lost me on the peas part. I'm allergic.
All right. I mean, it's like pigeon peas. I don't think they're necessarily like actual peas though.
I didn't know. Okay.
But you can like.
I haven't heard of it.
I mean, you don't really need peas. I don't really put peas in my rice personally.
Okay.
Jamaicans don't really either. We call it rice and peas, but it's actually beans.
Yeah. I've had rice. Usually rice and peas is like my like there was a restaurant that I went to Thanksgiving time. It was like some Caribbean place in here in the town we live in. And I think I got the rice and peas. Just a general thing. Like if I have the option to get rice and peas, I will do that versus just white rice. Kind of like if I go to an Asian spot, the pork fried rice, while maybe not as healthy, is usually my go-to. If they have it, it's just nice to have the extra punch. But Mark, cookout, that would be legendary actually. That would be pretty legendary.
Yeah.
If we actually just had a cookout. But the best we're gonna do right now is talk about, or if we're really bold, cook. But that's a lot. Imagine if we just like cook and you have to have the rig just right.
I know. We have to have a rig.
I don't know. Like I never figured out how to like. I guess people have tripods and like other things, but to actually like have the angle and like you're cooking and like while you're doing everything. I seen these like there was actually a really nice video of like someone creating this like really really great like I think it might have been like PF Chang's recreating a meal. They had a wok and it was just beautiful. I was like, how do you get those angles while you're oh my gosh. It was beauty. If I could find the video, I would send it. But anyway,
I'm looking it up for my digital camera. Not for my digital camera, but for my webcam. Oh man, yes.
Y'all want to do? Mark asks if we want to do a cruise. I would do a cruise, like I don't know, like when things kind of settle down. Like maybe a day cruise. Like I went on a day cruise once to Bimini, Bahamas. It's like a 2-hour cruise from like Port Miami. And it was like a day cruise. You're pretty much like outside. You know, you don't really have rooms. Or I think we did have a room, but it's just like to put your stuff in or something. But you're not like spending the night. So you're pretty much like out on the deck drinking and eating and just having a good time. And then you go to the island and then you just go to like a couple of places. And then you come back onto the boat. It's like a whole day thing. It's awesome. Like I would do that because you're just outside a lot and you're not really, you know, I feel like that's probably like the most COVID friendly cruise. It was also a small cruise. And it was just a day cruise, which was nice.
True. Yeah, that would be cool actually to go to like a kind of like a chill, because I've never done like a cruise like that, even where it's like a vacation type cruise or like you're visiting another basically island or country. Makes sense, of course, in Miami. Up here, I don't know where we would cruise to. There's nowhere close enough. Canada doesn't count. But you could go to Halifax if you really wanted.
Okay.
Or
That's like Canada, right?
yeah, I forget the Nova Scotia. There we go. Nova Scotia is the actual province, but Halifax I think is is like one of the bigger cities. So. But yeah, 2022 is all types of possibilities. I mean, Omicron to settle down, all the craziness happening, because now it's just like on a related note, we saw that the recommendation got cut to 5 days, thankfully. But I mean, it's still got to be careful. So it's like 5 days with major caveats that you can quarantine just for 5 days, but the other 5 you should be like fully masked. And like if you have a booster, you have apparently some guidance for exposures. But if you're don't have a booster, you're basically treated like you're unvaccinated. RIP. Sad face. So I don't know. Because I don't think things are going to quite shut down, but I feel like it's the point where you have to use wisdom, and I don't see many things, large scale things happening. I mean, there's even some concerts that are supposed to happen in January. I'm supposed to be going on a cruise next week, actually. It's like a dinner cruise for a friend's birthday who's leaving Mass like permanently. So she's having a few like celebratory things. So that's like off of Boston, but that's not even like a party really. It's more just like dinner, nice like upscale type thing, and they do have a DJ, but like even that I'm like, I mean, I'll go, of course, I'll go, but it's just like I wonder how many things are like looking like organizers will just like axe because they feel like it's too much with Omicron.
Right. I was just thinking maybe instead of a cruise, we could probably like rent a yacht. And that would probably be, like more private. I don't know how much that is, though, but people do it.
Sure.
I have to look into that if you guys really want to. It's kind of like a cruise, but I don't know what the rules of a yacht are. If we would have to like supply our own liquor, which is fine, it'll probably be a hell of a lot cheaper.
I will say I'm a little paranoid. Cancel. Crap, is this not letting me? Oh, it might actually say that I'm not. Can I subscribe to this? Okay, there was someone from Somerville, a town right outside of Boston. I'm sorry to be morbid, but I just remember seeing this earlier. It was like someone basically died off of a boat. I think I saw this right before going on my own boat cruise, which is like amazing. It was July 19th. So I did mine on the 31st. I was like, oh, amazing timing. But the one that I went on was like a bigger kind of thing. This one was like a private. The woman, I guess, with like a few people went on a private boat. It's not showing all of the information right now, but like the boat operator crashed into a navigational marker. And again, not to speak bad things into existence, but I'm like some of these private I don't know. Like I get a little paranoid with certain things. But it could be fun. Just make sure to trust the people who are operating the boat. I've been on speedboats before a long, long time ago. Long time ago. Like not like a jet ski, but just like a boat that has the motor, fast moving. So it's not like I'm necessarily scared of it, but I'm just like, why can everything go wrong? Everything can go wrong. But yeah, that could be an option. Going on a yacht. Lord knows where we would meet up. I mean, your neck of the woods is just like a nice place to go boating in general. So
I mean, I'm looking at some. Like, there's one that's like 900. Oh, it's 900 per half day. That's enough. What is that, like 12 hours? I don't know how they measure a day for 900 for per half day. Like, it depends on how much people want to throw down, but like, I guess if we find a cruise that's cheap, like a day cruise, then maybe. I don't know. The reason why I like suggested a yacht is that it'd be like smaller, more like private, and also yeah, it'll probably be like a little bit quicker. Yeah, like what Mark says, it'll probably be like 4 hours. So I guess like a day cruise, you'd probably get the most out of it. I guess I'm just like thinking of the price of everything, like drinks and stuff.
Yeah. No, I hear you.
But maybe it'll still be cheaper and more worth it.
Yeah, because it seems like, I think Toby said this too. A lot of the yachts are going to be down in your neck of the woods. So, me personally, if that's the case, I don't mind flying back down to Miami again. That was fun. I'll do it again. I'd definitely do it again.
The melanated. Oh yeah,
the melanated cruise. I don't know. Like cruises are nice, and I've only been on that one cruise, but like I liked it because it wasn't like you're spending days out at sea. You're just there for a day.
Oh,
your weekly TMC. Yeah, I did see it last week episode, Melanated Christmas.
Actually, to Mark's point, actually, yes, I was in Miami.
Like Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah, Memorial Day weekend, I was in Miami, and had a blast. But I was melting. Literally, I was melting because I was walking around in a 3-piece suit with a white button up and a tie. Yes, it was hot that day. It was just sticky. I'm glad I didn't bring the jacket to go with it, or else I really would have been roasted. But according on South Beach, no, I was at the Dolphin Stadium. Actually, I was at the Dolphin Stadium, and when I tell you that a lot of the people was like, yeah, you're probably like one of the best dressed out here. I'm like, thank you, because I sweated my whole entire butt off just to get in here. Oh my gosh. Never again will I do that, ever. If I ever go back down to Miami, shorts and a tee. That's it. Shorts and a tee. I don't care. I would rather be cool and comfortable more so than anything else. Is that down there? It makes you want to jump in the ocean with everything on, just so you can cool off for like 2 minutes. But yeah, I was in there. I I love it down there. It was fun. It was fun.
No, South Florida is great. Like I talk shit about it. It's just mainly the people. Everything else is fine.
Yeah, into that.
Yeah. And if the people had, more than 2 brain cells, then I would, enjoy it down here. But
yeah.
Man, yes, I was looking super fly and sweating and everything else. It was ridiculous. And no, it wasn't the boxing fight. It was more so a conference to learn more so about forex. And again, that's going to be on my spill as far as New Year's resolution go. It was more so a conference about forex, and it was pretty huge because the person who hosted it rented out the whole stadium, and it wasn't cheap. Not only did he rent out the whole stadium, but he rented out the hotels in the immediate area of the stadium. He rented them all out, and so we're like, that's not. We already know that's not a cheap price tag to rent out not only the stadium but also the local hotels within the immediate area of the um of the Dolphin Stadium. Like,
Right
yeah,
now,
that building itself.
especially Memorial Day weekend.
Yeah.
That's pretty insane. That is pretty insane.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So it was pretty cool. Like I said, the conference was cool. It was just hot in trying to buy water for me and like 4 or 5 other people, and we were all taking turns buying water. It was nah. I would rather go in the ocean. Like, I catch y'all later. I'm in the ocean.
They just had the conference in the ocean.
Yeah, I'm gonna just go in the ocean. Like, y'all can have this. I'm going in the ocean. But nope, don't care. It's hot. But I mean, the restaurants down there, I would say probably like the best food I've tasted in a long time. Like, for real. Was trying to go into Trick Daddy's restaurant, but he had a line. His restaurant had a line that stretched for hours. We're like, nah, we're good. We're good. But even still, heard that it was still one of the better restaurants in the area to go to. I'm like, yeah, that sounds like a good plan, but not right now. We on a time crunch. But yeah, been to Miami. I would love to go back. Love to go back. Love to go back to Miami again, and just hang out and actually do more fun stuff than business stuff.
Mhm. Now, Miami is a fun and fantastic city. It is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah, like I wish the cityness of Miami like spread more north, like where I'm at, faster.
Mm.
But like, because I hate driving down to Miami. I hate it. I hate it. And it's not even like that far. Like, I'm probably like 45, 50 minutes away from Miami. It's just driving in Miami. Like, the roads are like 2 inches wide, and everybody's driving like they're crazy.
Mm.
And yeah, but Miami is a whole lot of fun though.
Oh yeah.
Like, yeah, like definitely like the city and downtown, like Wynwood, Midtown, South Beach, not so much because that's just touristy. But but yeah, like everywhere else, it's just like it's a lot of fun.
Yeah. Awesome.
And it's got like stuff going on down there too, because it's
Oh, yeah.
like it's a legit city. But yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And okay, going over to my old stomping grounds. I was born in LA, so
Oh, okay.
yeah.
I remember you did mention that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be going back to my old stomping grounds. I would love to fly back to California and just visit. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. So, as I bring everything in and maybe end it, I don't know. But I know for myself, New Year's resolution for myself is one, um, actually going back to school to get my teacher's degree, and not necessarily go for business, but use the credits that I have towards my business accounting degree, use that for my teacher's degree,
Okay.
and which is funny because the Governor Whitmore, she just signed a bill that the schools, if they have like non-teaching staff members, that they can actually become substitutes for the schools.
Mm.
So that's really, really cool. That's like a really good, stinking good idea. Probably like one of the best ideas that any governor in the state of Michigan has done, period. I think she is on to something. Oh, for sure.
Yeah, I'm
If
thinking.
I can,
Yeah.
best believe yes, because my dad lives in LA. So it's like,
Hmm.
why not? I got family in LA who hasn't seen me as a baby. So that would be awesome just to go
Yeah.
back up to LA. And also, just to throw that out there, our future congresswoman, she's out in that area. So
Yes.
yes, go out to see her. Yeah. Go out to see her. So yeah,
Yeah.
going back to school, get my teacher's degree, and rock that out. The next thing would possibly be get more involved in forex, just due to the fact that it's something new. It is a skill that I can learn very easy because I like numbers. And I just like looking at the charts and reading the charts and understanding what the heck is going on, and why things are moving in the way that they're moving. So I want to get heavily involved in the forex and make more profit than losses. And even still, just like from the convention that I went to earlier this year, and even going through part of this year, I've learned a lot. I've learned a whole lot. Oh, but of course,
Yeah, for sure.
Oh
for
yeah.
sure, for sure.
Yeah. Now I've always wanted to go to the Olympics, and I am planning on going out to California. Like I do want to do that, next year. Like one of the things I do want to do is like
Mhm.
travel more, even though like it's shitty with the pandemic, but I do have the booster shot, and it's like it's annoying, like it's risky, but you can only just be as safe as you possibly can without going insane.
Right.
So
Uh,
yeah, now I do want to go out to California. Like I have some people out there.
right.
Yeah.
Like Barack, you said you got you in SoCal. Like, let me figure out. You know the same people that I know in Southern California. We're gonna have a talk, a really long talk, because depending upon what part of SoCal you talking about, we're gonna have a long talk, buddy. We're gonna have a long talk because, and again, the reason why I'm saying that is because the majority of my dad's side of the family, they live in Southern California. With my grandfather, um, the most of his people that are still living, they live in Modesto, California. I know if you know about Modesto, you should have like a rough idea where that's at. Also known as wine country for some people.
Mm.
But yeah, man, my dad has family all over the place in Southern California, like LA, Compton, Watts, Long Beach. I think we got like cousins up in. I know I have a cousin or two up in San Diego. Um, I'm trying to think of one other place because I know he lives. I know he lives in Southern LA, but it's more so kind of towards the mountains and whatnot. So we got that and whatnot. So that's pretty much going to be one of the things. Oh yeah, that's probably going to be one of the things that I would like to do next year. Hopefully we can, because even my dad said like it'd be nice to come out there, and even my brother talked about like either one will fly the family out or we drive. We don't know how that's going to work out as far as the logistics go, but we did say that one of these years we wanted to take a trip out to California with the family. So like, cool, great. So trip to California, Forex, teacher's degree. Um, I know right now we are in the process of buying land. We just got done talking to a banker here who could very well help us finance a loan to get our land bought. So we're just looking at what piece of land we want to get. So that way, once we get it, we can get our house built. So hopefully by Christmas next year, we should be in our house.
Really?
Yes,
Wow.
by Christmas of next year, we should be in our house.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
That so they could build a house that quick, huh?
yeah.
Wow.
Well, the people that we're going through, yes, they can. Oh, yes, they can. And so my wife, she's been talking to one of the builders, and he's been they've been going back and forth about making sure what do we want to get, and to be able to meet the deadline, because he really wants us to get this done, because there's not that many black folks that are within our age that are actually doing that, and then especially trying to buy land to make sure it's set aside for the house. And so it's a lot that's going on. It's a lot that's going on, and we're going to take full advantage of it. Of course, the one thing that we've been working on is making sure we get our credit straight, and so we understand that by the time I think we said by the time May rolls around, our credit should be up at the point where not only if we can finance a loan to get the land, but we should be able to the get a loan to get the house built, and that's it. So another goal in mind. And I know I said this about the Twitch and everything else. So what I would like to do is have like a set schedule for Twitch, and take Twitch as far as I can take it, and see where it goes, see where it leads, and everything else. Like I said, I made affiliate and everything else, and a lot of people say, "Well, do you want to go for partner and be a partner in Twitch?" Like, I don't know. Like, it sounds intriguing, it sounds interesting. It's like, but at the same time, it's like it does require a lot of time and commitment and dedication to get that done, and already knowing that my life outside of Twitch is already busy and organized chaos as much as it is. Just trying to find time to fit all of that in is like, I don't know, but I am willing to try. I'm willing to try and see where it goes. And even if I don't hit partner, I'm okay. I am totally okay with not hitting partner. Totally okay with not hitting partner. But still, just being able to do the thing that I enjoy doing, which is of course streaming, talking to folks, and playing video games. Like, why not? We'll see what happens. We'll see. And the last thing, and I'll end it. And I know I talked about doing like a lot of mechanical work on my car, and so that will probably be another thing that I want to do next year is actually get rid of as much of the stock parts out of my car and put in a lot of performance work into my car and kind of make it the muscle car that is designed to be. And I know the biggest price tag I'll be doing will probably be overhauling the engine, meaning taking out all the stock parts from the engine and putting it back together to the point where it's the same engine built in most of the Camaro ZL1s. If for all of our car people who knows what I'm talking about, that big powerful V6 V8 engine that's in most Camaro ZL1 models, yeah, I'm gonna have that in my G8. I'm going to have that in my G8, and then have the muffler and the exhaust system kind of have that deep aggressive sound, but it's not too loud to the point where you got to wear earplugs and it's annoying. But no, it's enough to be like, hey, I'm on your butt. You better move because if you don't, I'm running you over. That kind of ordeal. And just bring out the muscle inside of it versus keeping the family sedan that's kind of so a lot of inside outside cosmetics gonna get rearranged and a lot of parts being bought and put in and just learning what it is that goes inside of my car and actually trying to do it the majority of it myself and all the other stuff, take it to the shop, let them deal with it, but at least the stuff that I can do or I like to do it and get it done. So those are my plans, and also of course being fit and actually doing more 5K runs, more 3K runs, more 5K runs. I think the latest one that me and my oldest did was the ugly sweater run, and that was kind of like I actually got the little necklace for it hanging up. But of course, he plays first. He has like a ugly sweater hat plus a necklace. I placed like 7th, 8th place out of like 30 people and whatnot. And so I got a little necklace and whatnot. So it was fun, and I was like, I would like to do a lot more. And then plus the principal at my school, she's a runner as it is anyway. She has like a bunch of medals in her office and whatnot. And so she told me that she has an extra ticket for a 13-mile run that is coming up. And why, Lord?
They have like you can tell it's like some sort of bot, and like they just have like a list of first name, last name, and they just combine it into creating like these accounts, like Lorena Adams.
Annoying.
What was the name of the last person?
I actually looked up the name. Let's see if I can find it still on YouTube.
Probably not.
Patio Nasime.
Yeah, something that sounded very African.
Yeah.
But when I looked it up, it was a weird, like, I don't want to say weird, but it didn't look like Kadio Nasime. Yeah, good memory. Kadio Nasime.
I know. I just scrolled up and saw.
Yeah, no.
Oh yeah, it shows it on our end. Yeah.
Yeah, in our thing we could see like the name. And
that
they've been taken care of.
Yeah, Lorena, you're out of here.
Lorena Adams.
Yeah, you're out of here. And whoever else, you're out of here. But yeah, no, doing a lot more 5Ks. And she just told me before a break that she had bought like a couple tickets to this 13-mile run in the woods. And she was like, the person who she reserved it for backed out. She's like, do you want to do it? I'm like, 13 miles? She's like, yeah. She said, it's not right away. You got some time to kind of work yourself up to do it. She said, but I'm extending the invitation to you because, the performance that you've done at the 5K, feel like I enjoyed that. Like, that was awesome. She's like, I like to compete. I like competing. I like to compete. And I want the best people on my team to win. And I figured, get you on and see what you can do. Bet 13 miles in the woods. Gotcha. How bad could it be? So yeah, so that will mean half a marathon. Yeah. So that will pop. So for myself, doing a lot more 5K runs, do a lot more 3K runs, and yeah, that's going to be. And again, Chad, I'm glad you said it too because my New Year's resolution will be doing a lot more runs and just
Okay.
get out and running in general because I love to run. I love to run. I love to run. I still have the Strava app on my phone that I use just to kind of calculate how many miles I've done and everything else and look at the routes that I taken and see what kind of trails they have and just run those. And so it's a pretty nifty app. If you guys haven't gotten it, get it. Al, come here.
What's it called?
Uh,
Strava, like Strava.
yes.
Yeah.
Because like I need like a tracking app myself.
It's called Strava.
I'm installing it now.
It's this little orange app, as you can tell.
Mm.
And it does a really good job. And you can track your mileage and everything else. It does a good job of tracking your mileage. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but that's the last time I ran. Did 1.36 miles, and it literally doesn't map where you run. And this
Okay.
right here, that little red track, that's actually right behind my house. And what me and my oldest and a lot of his friends, what we did was we did this loop where we started off in this church parking lot that's like not even half a block away. We started in the parking lot, we ran down towards the river, came down, and we did like one loop. And we figured by doing that 3 times, it was a little over a mile. And so he wanted to do like 2 miles. Like, okay, so if doing it 3 times is just a little bit past a mile, then you will have to do it like 5, 6 times to kind of get you your 2 mile. And so we did that, and that was pretty cool. That was awesome. And yeah, like I said, it's a really good app, and you can post it, and you can see like a lot of your friends. If you got people and friends that are on that's on the same app, you can see what they're doing and whatnot. And it's pretty cool. Shout out to actually it was Yeshua Cuzzo. He actually put me on this
Mm.
like last year, 2 years ago, because I was looking for a good running app, and he's the one who put me on that one. And so shout out to
Okay.
Yeshua, aka Cuzzo,
Nice.
bartender. Shout out to him.
Yeah.
He was the one that put me on. He was like, yeah, he said if you want to do something running, like yeah, just download this app and go for it. I'm like, bet. So that's the name of the app. It's there just in case you guys forgot it. Boom. Strava, really good app, really good app. And it does track your mileage in like real time. And it even like the trails that you do, it tracks that for you as well. So you don't have to do the guesswork and everything else of like how many miles you ran. It does that for you in real time. And also tracks your time too in real time. So it does a
Okay.
lot of things. It does a lot of things for you in this app. And I've had it for like a year, 2 years. I swear by it.
Okay.
I definitely swear by it.
Cool. Yeah, no, like I
Oh
just been
yeah.
using like my stopwatch just to see if I'm running like this lake loop, faster each time. Like it's supposed to be a mile, but I think it's like a little bit under a mile. It's probably like 0.94,
Mm,
which is like practically. But just that little bit, like when I was running, I was trying to run 2 miles with my trainer the other day at the gym. Like I got like sick, so we had to kind of stop running. Um, but just running a mile was pretty hard. And I think it was just because A, I haven't gone running in a little while. And B, it's like, when I run the loop in the lake, it's just like a little under a mile, and that shit makes a difference. So like I would like to be able to run precisely a mile, precisely 2 miles. Not every time, but just to know, just to like kind of, beat myself.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because like running 0.05 miles is still like, extra is still, it's not like when you're driving, but like 0.05 is nothing. Because when you're actually running, that's like, it takes time just to run that.
Yes.
Not half a mile. Like I was like 1/5, 1/20. I don't know, 0.015. No, 0.05. Sorry, miles. That's I'm not a fan of treadmills. I prefer running outside, honestly. But I think treadmills are just easier on my feet. But the thing about treadmills, though, is, like when you set the pace, like it was on like 6. And I was able to run the first mile pretty well, but then I started to get kind of sick because of just like what I ate earlier. I'm sure if I wasn't getting sick and it wasn't on like level 6, I probably could have ran the whole thing, but he wanted me to run it in 22 minutes, which is possible.
Oh.
So like I was like against the clock. I was running fast. I wasn't feeling good. It's like if it was just taking away mainly not the feeling good part.
Right.
Like I think I could have probably done it, and like that's possible. That's very possible. It's like 11 minutes a mile. That's definitely. But it's harder than you think though, because sometimes like you're going fast, it's like, oh yeah, I killed this mile. Then you start going really slow because it's like I'm really tired and I'm still running, and I'm not used to running 2 miles. I'm used to running kind of 1. But you got to get past your breaking point though. This is what I'm just now learning and realizing and accepting.
Oh yeah. Agreed. Agreed. Well, yeah. That with L said, that's going to wrap this up. And again, like I said, feel free to you guys have the link to the Discord. Feel free to jump in, post New Year's resolutions in the Discord, and show up and say hi. I know Mr. Marky Mark, he just showed up in there, so shout out to Marky Mark. And I didn't catch anybody else, but for anybody else that joined the Discord, shout out to you guys as well. Those that are watching on Twitter, I did post a link up on Twitter, so guard yourselves accordingly, judge yourselves accordingly, because we have no hesitations of kicking folks out. And I'm putting that out there on notice. And so
we don't have the time. We do not have the time. We don't have the mental patience.
0.
Are you talking about for
Discord?
When it comes to like blocking people, or even on here, it's just like I don't know. We're too old for that shit. Like people sit here entertain like
nonsense.
Like nobody's out here just brand new. You're not 9 years old, first time on the internet. You go on YouTube and you find us, and then you start acting some type of way. No one's like that. So,
and you do show up and you start acting like them people. Guess what? I'm quick to pull the trigger. Get out of here. Simple as that. Get out of here.
Quit acting brand new.
Listen to the lady.
Listen
to the lady. You can't listen to nobody else. Listen to her. Listen to her. Listen to her. And I say that wholeheartedly. Listen to her.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So, yes, Happy New Year's. Glad you can make it. I'm glad that you're able to make it. And if I don't see anybody else, if we don't see anybody else, Happy New Year's to you guys. Yes. Be safe. Be safe. Stay safe. If anything else, be safe. Stay safe.
Yes.
And just bring in the new year right. That's it.
Yeah, for sure.
Bring it in right. So, with that being said, this is the Young Melanated Council. We are out of here until next week, same time, same channel, same lovely trio. You never know when you bring a guest, but you never know until you show up.
Yes.
So, with that being said, we are out of here until next week, or I guess catch us on Discord.
Yeah. See you next year, I guess.
See you next year, you guys.
Year.